Hello and welcome back to Spekd. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different and we'll be looking at the White Dwarf magazine. I will be getting back to Conquest as soon as my set arrives, and that's fine. Now the reason why I'm going to White Dwarf magazine is you probably looked at it in the past, you've seen it on the shelf and you wonder, is it ever worth it? Well, I only ever buy it if it has items or things which I'm actually interested in, and in this situation it's a Blackstone fortress. So if you are thinking about buying this, I suggest you go out and get this magazine because it's got a lot of freebies in it. Okay, I'll get it open and then we'll have a look at the freebies. Okay, so just making a start. The design of this sleeve, I actually really like. It just makes it look kind of nice, and if you was going to give this as a gift, I think it would be well received rather than inside that kind of like plastic cellophane bag. Nothing wrong with those for unwrapping, but clearly this is like thought has gone into this. So if you was going to make this a gift for someone, I think they'll really appreciate it because it does cover all the other things about 40k as well. So we've got this magazine for Necromunda. I don't actually play this, and I remember when it first came out, I really wanted that box set which had all of that beautiful terrain, but it was sold out like almost instantly. So I never really got back around to getting it. So, you know, if you let me know what your findings has been with it, how, you know, if you enjoyed it. But I think this is like a minor version of Kill Team, but with templates. I'm probably wrong on this one. So, you know, you just tell me and let me know. But looking at this, now I've seen that this is a new game, so to speak. And they're giving you the lore, the fluff, the design. Oh my goodness. That looks like, I don't know if you've ever watched Dark City, but these guys look like those people from Dark City. It's amazing. You've got stats, bonuses, equipment, points costs, equipment. I mean, this is like a mini codex. There was a time when just at the end of 7th edition, beginning of 8th edition, the Sisters of Battle and the Custodians actually had like a mini codex released that came with a Talons box set, and this actually reminds me of it. Okay, let's continue. So we've got our cards. We've got our cards for our champions, our Gargant Giant for Shadespire, and this is what I'm after, the artifact. So if you are playing Blackstone Fortress, you know what? The amount of models, building time, push fit, it is damn cool. I'm having a blast with it. It's so much fun. I need to play more of it, but late nights and getting tired. But if you are playing it, I suggest you buy it just to get that artifact because you never know what you're missing. I won't spoiler it for you. You've got your cards here for champions. And what's this one? I'm not too certain. You know what that is? Let me know because you know better than I do. Okay. All right. So let's have a look in here. Now with White Dwarf, back in the day, these just used to be magazines where it have like one or two new ideas and, you know, fan suggestions. But now it's really become like a marketing device. So they will sell you their models, but even though they're going to sell you their models, that's how they make money. They give you like painting examples, tutorials, and they actually go through playthroughs of games. And sometimes they deal with the rules that you might find difficult or that you may have missed. And I like to see that, especially things like setups can be very simple. When setting up your cards in the beginning, Blackstone, it could take a while trying to figure out what goes where, even though it's very descriptive. So to see this can be helpful. There's your initiative tracks, etc. Nice examples of characters, paint-ups, hostiles, and there's our psychers that I created the base for from before. Really good there. I mean, that's well stylish. On that psyker base, that would go really well. You know, that's what I'm going to be using it for. Right, chapter approved. 2018, there's been a lot of news, there's been a lot of talk, and there's a lot of new stuff coming out from Games Workshop. And it kind of, in one way, it red flags. It red flags me because of this Vigilus. It reminds me of exactly like Cadia, when there was a lot of content, there was a flyer games, there was the Knights battles, and we're starting to see that again, and that was a transition between the 7th to the 8th edition. Now, there's nothing wrong with the change, updating rules, and that's fine. But I think there's way too much all too quickly, and people won't be able to buy content, which means it might not be supported. And if it's not supported, then, you know, they may just start shutting down those avenues of play, which is a game system being removed. But hey, you know, it may be different to that when we find out. This model, Harken the World Claimer, is based on one of the raptors. Normally raptors do have like chain swords. I mean, it's nice, but I've already discussed this with people which have kind of been online. The arm, I feel the spear arm should be forward and the power claw should be back. It's like he's getting ready to slash, but then it may be just due to the weight of the model and the balance of the model. But they could have put the pin in a different place. You know what? I don't make models, so I don't know, but it's still beautiful. And I think we're going to see more of these kind of models, which are models created to help sell others. So raptors, the last time I saw raptors was when I put them on the table 3 years ago. So was it 3 years ago? Yeah, possibly about 3 years ago. Otherwise, nobody really takes them in 8th edition. So I think we'll see a model like this for the Terminators and other models, maybe even the Centurions that don't get much play. Talking of models that don't get much play. Okay, the new hot thing is converting character models into Primaris, and we are going to see this, and I think we're going to see Dante get converted, but not Gabriel Seth. That's okay, it's part of the story, it's moving the story forward, it's part of the fluff, and that's alright, but, you know, the only thing I kind of look at and think, well, okay, that's going to be more of a cost is like the vehicles. So your Land Raiders, your drop pods, all of those things, don't throw them away. Use them for Warhammer 30k, so you can just say it's Horus Heresy and use them there. Back to those models again. Awesome, I like those. By the way, guys, I want to say thank you very much. You've been really supportive. You kind of like giving me good directions to take the channel. You've given me heads up, and I've got to drop a thank you for Mr. Adam Fox. He's been a wealth of knowledge and experience. So if you have a look in the comments below and see him, just give him a little thumbs up or have a look, see what he's got to say. He's got some interesting takes on things. He's got a lot of experience. It's been very helpful. And there are other people I've definitely got to say thank you to. But I'll do a thank you video for everybody, you know. Might take a little time. Anyway, let's get back to it. So I don't really play Lord of the Rings too much. Titanicus is just too expensive buy-in to even risk trying the game for myself. A lot of people are going to get this Imperial Fist army for Christmas, I believe. Forge World are pushing Blood Angels and their style. They do look okay. Games, I'm not either hot or cold on games. The books, I love a good audio book, especially when I'm painting. So if you can get your hands on one whilst you're going, go for it. Yes, I understand what I said. Get your hands on an audio book. Yeah, I know. So looking back at classic items. So old White Dwarf magazines, if you can buy them off of eBay, are quite good because they come with these like little kind of changes and fan build things. And as you can see there, they're dealing with like additional chapters and symbols and things which they wouldn't do now for marketing purposes. So even like scratch built items and terrain. More Lord of the Rings advertising the box sets, and they always do that, so please ignore. Blackstone Fortress playthrough. This is really what I'm after. So the reason why I picked up this magazine is not just for the card, but also for the playthrough. And the playthrough could sometimes help to streamline the rules if you're just learning them. But I've got to say this, I've had a lot of fun already. I haven't played all the characters, I haven't even painted them. But, you know, I've put them on the board, I've given it a go, and I really like what's happening. It's an easy kind of jump in and play. You can have your friends over. It's simple. It's not kill team complex. It's not anything. It's just really good fun. So, you know, I tell you what, if you want me to set up a game and play it, let me know and I'll go through it. Agis Sigma stuff here. A little talk on Titanicus. I love these, you know, these paint designs, but look at this. Look at those wings. They actually look transparent. I don't know if you can see that there, but it actually looks transparent. That's just an amazing piece of painting. So you got some people that can paint so well, and I mean, you know, they deserve their props. I don't paint as well as this, but oh my goodness, it's beautiful. All right, okay, let's continue. So we've got Cities of Death rules here, which again was another thing taken from 7th edition, probably from earlier, and I think they're trying to cram too much content, which just alarm bells tells me that they're going to try to change to maybe 9th edition or 8.5. Either way, here's the best thing about this. If you find a version of this game that you like, you can play that version. Other people might not play it with you, so to speak, or as many, but you don't always have to move on to the newest version. The idea is really that things should be streamlined and make it easier to play. And that's the whole purpose of the game. When it becomes too complex, it's pointless. I still love that kill team artwork. I had to stop there. So Agis Sigma, people have been asking me about Agis Sigma. I do have 1 or 2 armies. I don't play them as much, but I'll be more than happy to go through what I have with you guys if you're interested. Let me know what you want to see on the channel as always. That's an impressive collection. So I like these battles. They've done like a slow grow over time. They even give you like new kind of deployments, new kind of missions, which are handy, which is, you know, it's not chapter approved or FAQ, but it's a nice little kind of weekend play. It's great to see these. And also, it's good to see how the Games Workshop themselves actually customize the color range for the characters, which is always fun. Blanjitsu, this is great. I actually use this technique for my old school Nurgle warriors, these guys here. And using few colors as possible actually makes it really bland, but makes it really gross at the same time. Customizations, you can see here with some of these models, that may be a thing, especially with mini marines. We've got an adventure here. This is the adventure right here, look, customized. So this is the special adventure for that card. So you've got the reward there. Wow, you get Blessed Aquila. The Gargant. So, as I said, this is just basically a breakdown of the magazine to show you what you can expect roughly in each magazine, because at the end of the day it is difficult to know whether you should or if you shouldn't get one of these. And if you're a painter and this is your thing, you've got that laid out here. This is just a brilliant breakdown. This will kind of help teach you how to paint and set things up in stages. In sometimes when you first start painting, you want to rush everything, and you know one layer hasn't quite dried yet, and you want to move on to the next thing. This shows you quite easily how to break it down, to take your time and make space for those layers, and little simple things like that make such a big difference. Okay, we're coming to the close of the magazine. Readers' models. Yeah, this is sometimes where you get these little fresh ideas where you're like, it's so simple, I didn't even know that would work. And look, right there, steel girder, that gives you a reference, the size of the character, what it does, you know, it just environmental damage is great. Look at that. Look at that thunder hammer. Wow, good job, David. That's impressive. Almost looks like comic book art. Salamander's captain. Wow, might be my new army right there. All right, so this just finishes out the magazine. What's coming next, as usual? As I said, I will still be doing the conquest. Don't worry about that. I'm just waiting for my delivery to turn up, and when it does, I'll then go through there. Unless there's an issue where I'm thinking I want more than one model, I don't see the point in me buying multiple magazines. Talking of, there's some nice artwork there. Talking of multiple magazines, I do actually have that competition now has reached the close, and I will be dealing with that fairly soon. So I will announce a winner for the 250 subscriber, which I'll be putting at the end of this video at some point. So guys, I appreciate the time. As always, I've had fun. So I'll catch you soon. This has been Spekd. PC out.